Uh, Happy Friday evening, everybody. Happy Friday, and yeah. So our new routine nowadays, yeah. Let's start with singing a song because come this Tuesday, I gotta sing in front of my friends in a Zoom meeting. Kind of interesting event. Okay. I will start at minute mark one, at 1 minute mark. Then yeah, see how long it takes. No April rain, no flowers bloom, no wedding Saturday within the month of June. But what it is something true. Made up of these three words that I must say to you. I just call to say I love you. I just call to say how much I care. I just call to say I love you. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Oh, my heart. Oh, my heart. Thank you. It took me only 1 minute, huh? Okay. But they said they were gonna give me like 2 to 3 minutes. Um, well, uh, yeah, I gotta practice this. So today's Friday. Happy Friday, everybody! And Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday showtime in the evening, right? Yeah, yeah. We'll keep practicing. Okay, so yeah. Maybe I should sing some more, a little bit more, huh? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll add two more paragraphs. Right now it's like two paragraphs. Okay. So, all right. Next time. Yeah. Practice makes perfect, right? So okay. We'll take 5 minutes break, please. All right. Ah. Yeah. And this is song for all Alaskans out there. Okay. All right. Ah. So the um tomorrow I will start writing this economics paper and uh but today nowadays we are doing alpha algebra, right? So because limit x go to infinity in mathematics they use it too many times. We want to simplify at least the notation or convention. All right. So uh I I did some more thinking this morning and encountered some potential problem there. So let's figure this out. Okay, so uh, yeah, let's get started. It's kind of mathematical party we are doing here. Party time. Like, you know, as a geeky, nerdy Asian guy, yeah, this is how I party by myself. But thank you for joining our party here. But some notes here. Okay. Mollusk, the bottom feeders in the ocean, right? Uh, Bible forbid eating those like shrimps, lobsters, because they regard those bottom dwellers as unclean because all the debris, dead animals come down to the seafloor. Let me get some Tums real quick. I found some interesting analogy, okay, with the bottom dwellers like seashells or sea urchins. They call them sand dollar. Some sea urchin like very flat and round. Some different classes of sea urchin is very beautiful, very beautiful. It leaves this shell behind, right? Yeah, and they commercially sell them too. So sand dollar or sea biscuit, right? So that's their nicknames. Those beautiful, uh, round and flat um, sea urchin species. Okay, so and also like seashells, like clams. You have conches, like sea um, snails, basically. Okay, so they kind of live dirty life, right? They live on the bottom of the ocean, eating those dead animals, debris. Live very dirty life, but after they are dead, they leave these beautiful shells. And I was watching this a couple of nights ago, documentary filmed in India, the commercial harvesting of those seashells to sell them to tourists. Okay, yeah, they make like the all these decorative articles like earrings, necklace with seashells, right? So Rene Descartes or Jean-Jacques Rousseau, all those people, they can't live dirty lives. They're not like squeaky clean saints. No, they slept with many different ladies, when they were alive, and some of those people like Isaac Newton, Leibniz, Gottfried Leibniz, they've been involved in like nasty kind of like courtroom battle, like who discovered calculus first, and perhaps they plagiarized, stole some ideas, dirty lives, right? And but they leave behind this beautiful. After they are all dead, they leave behind this beautiful kind of seashells. Yeah, their works, their writings, their books, right? Yeah, just kind of interesting out there. So yeah, I want to mention that. And when it comes, one more thing about humanology. Okay, so copium out housing. Outhouse is like bathroom outdoors, right? Far away from the dwelling place. This outhouse. So copium outhousing is this. Okay. Uh, when bad time comes, okay, people are stressed, so they're full of negative copium, so they pick one ethnic group, which is not the same as their ethnic group. Like not like last month, couple of months ago, it was Asians, right? Blaming Asians for COVID-19. Okay, that's bullyism, but it's also copium out housing too. Okay, a group that's different from mine when we are going through a lot of stress. Yeah, to blame them, put all the blame. It's kind of like witch hunting a little bit. Okay, what is witch hunting? Is this there is this undesirable individual in a community, and they just give sentence to death and just saying this person is a witch. It's false accusation in order to eliminate the person from the community. That's witch hunting. Okay, so all right, that's that. Yeah, people do strange things like that, right? Yeah, but I think humanity is getting better because at least they don't sentence people who are accused of being a witch. They don't sentence them to death in court of law, right? So yeah, I think humanity is improving. Yeah. All right. Uh, First of all, alpha over, let's say, half of alpha, 2, which is more than 1. Therefore, alpha, yeah, alpha over 2 go to this side, okay? This is where alpha algebra deviates from big O notation. Why? Big O notation O of x squared is same as O of 2x squared. Okay? They don't care about constant. Okay? We do. Okay? Okay? How about alpha plus 1? Okay, alpha plus 1 over alpha is equal to 1 plus 1 over alpha. And 1 over alpha is 0, okay? Is 1. So that's why alpha plus 1 is equal to alpha. This absorption rule. Okay? Absorption rule. Also, yeah. Alpha over square root of alpha is equal to square root of alpha, which is equal to infinity. Okay, that's more than 1. That's why alpha is more than square root of alpha. Okay, so, okay. Alpha algebra, right? It's very convenient to compute, to distinguish, to compare the magnitude of two different kinds of infinity. Okay, that's what alpha algebra is about. It's about distinguishing divergence. We're distinguishing different kinds of infinities. Okay, so potential problem. Okay, is this bigger than this? Well, we'll see. So, I'm not sure if this is an issue or not. Well, let's work this out. Okay. And this whole in general is true. Okay, so let's say you have this is like square root of x, right? And then you have some line very slowly growing. Let's say it's x over n. Okay. Now let's say n is like 1,000. It's been very slow straight line. Okay. Do they event? Does the straight line eventually catch up with the square root of x? Okay. So we'll see. Does this point always exist? Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, x is 0. Yeah, we have that. When x is equal to n squared, yeah, then that's where this guy exceeds. So yeah, there's no problem there. Okay. Because I was kind of concerned. Okay. We are establishing a brand new algebra. Okay, so alpha algebra, and she's born with this limitation algebra, this ancestral figure for alpha algebra. Another ancestral figure, like mother and father, yeah, that's bigger notation. Okay. So, okay. All right. Mm. Okay. There's no problem. All right. And lastly, I mean, before we go to a break, How interesting. Now, we have alpha smaller than square root of alpha. Well, that's wrong. Hmm. So yeah, it's not quite working. Okay. Hmm. We have to work this out. Okay. Yeah. We're trying to break it. Okay. Alpha algebra. Why? If we don't, somebody else will. So better if we break it first, so that we correct some errors in alpha algebra. Okay. We're still on designing phase. Okay. Oops, I made an error. Yeah, that makes sense. Alpha more than square root of alpha. Okay, okay. I was wrong. Okay, yeah. Alpha algebra is still good. I didn't break it. Okay, so okay, it seems to be working. Okay, so we're gonna try to come with some axioms, right? After five is break. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So so far so good. We did not encounter any internal inconsistencies. So far so good. So in limitation algebra, uh, we are using two things. Okay, ratio test or variation thereof. We are not interested in series, infinite series, convergence. That's not what we're up to. Okay, we use ratio tests to determine which infinity is bigger out of two kinds of infinity. Okay, this infinity symbol by Mr. Wallace, we use it as a variable. Okay, some kind of variable to denote that it's some kind of infinity. But not every infinities are the same. There are differences between infinities. Like you have alpha squared. Alpha squared is bigger infinity. Okay, they are not the same kind of infinity. There's different speeds of infinity. Okay, so we are fine tuning on those divergence. That's what we are interested in. We are not interested in convergence. We are interested in divergence only. Okay, so, yeah, fairly unexplored area. And of course, mathematicians they have this tool of Vigo notation. Right? Yeah, yeah, we're just trying to help them. Okay, so uh, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm ready to restart writing tomorrow about this economics because all the mathematical issues are now resolved. Okay. For example, okay, and let's say our z curve is way there. Okay, way out there like this. Okay, and according to our findings, the gap between this middle inflection point and the profit maximization point here. So these are transactional demand curve. Okay, we are trying to maximize the profit. Okay, so this gap between A and X. Okay, which is A minus X. Okay, X is I remember this. Okay, it's like a okay. Then A minus X. Something like that. Okay, so as A goes to infinity, yeah, this guy goes to infinity. Okay, so gap widens as we shift the transaction demand curve to the right, and it makes sense. Why? Because if you move this point, profit maximization point to over there, okay, you're losing a lot because it's very wide, very long, horizontally, okay. You're using a lot here. When you gain just a little bit here. Why? Because height is fixed, pretty much. Because x go to minus infinity, yeah, it evens out, right? So that's why it makes sense that the gap between x and a increases. X is the profit maximization point, just area maximization point. Okay. Yeah, you rather move up there than you gain this long horizontal rod when you are losing just a little bit vertical, which is very short. Horizontally very long, vertically very short. Okay, so it does make sense intuitively. Okay. We got that out, figured out. So yes, I'm ready to write economics paper again tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of same Alton principle a little bit. Okay, so profit maximization point happens before the inflection point where price is lower. Okay. Mhm. This is true even when actually this same Alton principle, cut the price, you maximize your profit. That's even more true as the population wealth of nation go upward. Like this middle income class make more money, okay? Then the gap even increases between profit maximization and middle class income point. Okay, so he's more than fully justified, Mr. Sam Altman. Okay, so we're gonna name this theorem after him. Okay, Sam Altman principle or Walmart principle. Okay, yeah. No, now axiom set of axioms for alpha algebra. Okay, so I don't know where to begin. All right, so is it okay if you don't do it and leave it to the future generation? It's basically L'Hopital's rule and ratio test. That's pretty much it. Okay. Yeah, what we have here. It'll do. Uh, we don't really care about this negativity situation. Why? If it goes negative, that means f and g are going in different direction, right? We just put absolute value to the function that goes to negative direction and make it positive, and so that it fall into one of these three categories. This we don't care really. Okay, we are not dealing with negativity at all. Okay, because you flip the sign, it becomes positive anyway. So yeah, this we can safely ignore it. Okay, we just stuck it. This is the only thing we need. Yeah. Okay, here's your axioms. Here's our axioms. Okay, so this will do, right? So we'll leave alpha algebra. Okay, and let the future generation figure out the rest. Okay, so we're done here. All right. So. Okay. It's good starting point for alpha algebra, right? Yeah. Let's talk about something else. Yeah, I went to the gym during my lunch break, and it was very nice because I mean, some other previously I used to go out and run in a park, right? But running is good, but going to gym is more fun. Why? Because there are a lot of equipment, and I did run in the running mill in the gym, right? But there's so many other equipments like pulling, right? So much fun, right? Yeah. So after working out, yeah, I was very happy, right? Brand new hobby, brand new routine. Yeah. Ah, boy. So Tuesday Zoom meeting. I hope I can entertain people. All right. So, but they gave me like 2 to 3 minutes only. Okay. So there will be no time for long speech. I just say this. My name is Hong Lee, and I'm running for United States Senate next year. And this song is dedicated to all Alaskans. And then I'll sing that song. Hopefully, I because performers risk is this: we might entertain people, or we may fail to entertain people. It's a big risk. Famous performers like Jim Carrey, when he was not that famous in a some sort of comedy club in Los Angeles, Hollywood, California, he got booed. Some people even threw things at him when he was on the stage because they hated him when he was this stand-up comedy routine. Okay, so uh, have I been in that situation? Yes. I mean, not like that, but many times when I sang, danced, uh, I did fail to entertain the audience. How many times? About 10% of times. There's performance risk. Okay, it's quite scary because there will be some audience in that Zoom meeting. Okay, and what kind of meeting is that? It's kind of political meeting, journalistic a little bit. Okay, so oh boy, it is overwhelming. It is scary. I God, please allow me to entertain Alaskans in Jesus' Amen. And yeah, I keep practicing. Okay, it is scary. I think yesterday went better than today. Today, right? Yeah, because maybe because it's fresh. It was fresh, and so you don't want to over practice, right? Then become you because you lose your freshness, right? You have to you do not want to under practice or over practice. You want to do the happy middle, right? Yeah, it's scary. We take 5 minutes break. Yeah. Okay. So hard work pays off usually, right? So I came up with a game plan. So until Tuesday evening, in the beginning of this humanology episode, yeah, I will sing 4 paragraphs of that song, and after each episode, I will turn on the YouTube with this lyrics and sing the entire song with Stevie Wonder. Okay, in the YouTube. Okay, yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Yeah, so I'll do that. Yeah, then I'll be just fine. Rehearsal. Okay, well, nothing comes to my mind. Okay, we'll do some mathematics for this economics paper, just a little bit. Okay, but we are done with alpha algebra. Okay. 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 But we're not going to erase it. All right. So relative zero. Relative zero. Right. You have something like a parabola here. Okay, and this is y is equal to 1/x. Okay. So, and here you have y is equal to minus x plus 2. Okay? Profit maximization point in this straight line happens right here. Why? It's because all the other points in this straight line is below this curve, y is equal to 1/x. Why? Because this one is same as this. xy is equal to 1. All these rectangles here with this corner point on this parabola, I mean hyperbola, okay? It has area of 1. All the points below this hyperbola has area less than 1. Okay? That's why along this straight line, maximization points happen here. And all the points above this hyperbola, like here, it has, like here, okay, it has this rectangle area more than 1. Okay? And when it comes to our transactional demand curve, profit maximization point happens when um, the point in along this transactional demand curve, Z curve, when that point is above this hyperbola. That is why profit maximization point, Z curve happens below the inflection point. That's one way to look at it. Okay, it makes perfect sense, right? It does. Yeah. Most likely it will happen when the difference between this transactional demand curve and this hyperbola is maximized. Kind of halfway between these two intersections between uh, z curve and hyperbola. Okay, about halfway between. Okay, just about. Okay, when this difference is maximized. Okay, roughly. Well, are we going to prove that? No, we leave it to future generations. Okay, we already found what this x is mathematically. Okay, so yeah, a minus 2 minus square root of a plus 2 minus square root of 2a plus 2. I memorize it. Okay, yeah, it's pretty. Now that I have my cell phone, let's take a picture of this. Okay. Very good. Yeah. So in my spare time, I just do Wikipedia web surfing, wiki surfing. Okay, and in biology, there's what's called commensalism. Okay, you have symbiosis, two species mutually beneficial, and you have parasitism. One parasite is not giving any benefit to the host animal, but host animal is being harmed by this parasite, and parasite is getting benefit from the host. It's one-way street. It's like a theft. That's parasitism. Commensalism is like this. This you have host animal and then some small animal. Uh, this small animal is getting benefit from the host animal, but this small animal is not giving any benefit. It's neither harmful nor beneficial to the host animal. Okay, that's like commensalism, something like that. Okay, so that's very mathematical, right? In biology, okay? Yeah. Like you have shark, right? And there's this some fish that stick to the belly of the shark. This small fish that stick under the belly of the shark is not doing any harm to the shark. Why? Because this small fish sticking on the bottom belly of shark is not blood sucking kind of fish. It's not doing any harm or benefit. But yeah, this fish sticking to the belly of the shark get a lot of benefit from the shark protection. I think that's what it's called, commensalism, something like that. Let me look it up. Okay, so I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it is commensalism. Very mathematical and logical categorization, parasitism, commensalism, and symbiosis. Right? That was interesting. So we are right about this in the economics paper. Yes, this is important, right? Yeah, straight line, hyperbola, and then z curve. All right, the juxtaposition of three curves. Okay, is important, right? So yeah, so this economics paper is more like there are a lot of mathematics here. So economics is like this, okay? It's like halfway between science and politics, okay? Halfway between physics and metaphysics, okay? Metaphysics, what we mean is like politics, what's going on in the world, and mathematics, what we mean is it's more like physics, okay, numbers, right? So economics are kind of halfway in between. They try to explain the phenomena in happening in the human world, like market, sales. They're trying to explain those human phenomena in mathematical language. That's economics. Okay. And there are some schools in economics that has nothing to do with mathematics. I think that's like Austria School of Economics. I think. Okay. They're like purely narrative, right? Which is cool. Okay. Yeah. So after this economics paper is done, I intend to email my friends. Why? Because I want to let them know that they know I have a job, lawyer job, okay? But in my spare time, I'm studying, working. I want to let my friends know that I'm not idling in my spare time. I'm studying, I'm working. I'm being diligent. Yeah, I want to let my friends know that I'm doing something constructive and positive and beneficial and productive. Yeah, I want to let my friends know. Okay. But in this paper, there's not much politics. Okay, it's just mathematics mostly. Okay, so politically neutral, very much so. Because half of my friends are liberalists, half the other half conservativists. Okay, so just me staying in the middle, I can please both of them, right? Mhm. Yeah. By the way, alpha algebra doesn't really care about this oscillation functions like sine, cosine. Yeah, because if they're oscillating, yeah, they can converge, right? Yeah, but that's not what we are dealing with here. Okay, I mean, oscillation function you can diverge to amplitude of the sine curve, like y is equal to right. Yeah, amplitude will go bigger and bigger. Yeah, we'll let future generations figure them out. Okay, we are not concerned about that. Okay, so yeah, we just do this and we leave it there. Okay, so Yeah. Yeah, oscillation function, if you take the absolute value of that function, yeah, then it converges or diverges, no problem. Always stay the same amplitude. Just like convergence to that amplitude. We'll let future generation to figure that out, okay? So, yeah, trigonometry is very beautiful. It's very geometric. Trigonometry, yeah, it's very beautiful. I love trigonometry, okay? Like this sine, cosine alpha plus beta is cosine alpha, cosine beta minus sine alpha, sine beta. Trigonometric equation, okay, beautiful. And about a week ago, I went to Wikipedia and there's this wonderful geometric explanation of that using multiple triangles. It was beautiful. Yeah, yeah, I love trigonometry. It's beautiful. Mhm. Like wave function, blah blah blah, right? All right, we'll take 5 minutes, okay? Okay. I did my laundry, so now I need to move it upstairs. Dryer, tumble dryer. Okay, so okay. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Oh. Okay. All right. So we did our share of mathematics today. So let's put this behind us. And yeah, no more mathematics this episode. I promise. So let's talk about politics. How about that? Well, Mr. Trump, right? Uh, let's talk about Mr. Trump. Okay. Uh, I don't support him politically anymore. I don't. All right. Not after January 6th. No. Because I did vote for him back in 2016 because I think he changed during 4 years of his presidency. Back in 2016, okay, I think he cared about common people, right? I think he cared about America and common Americans. I think he ran for president because he wanted to make America better. Back in 2016, I still do believe that. But after 4 years, I think he changed. He became too much of an elitist and he stopped caring about small people in America. He changed. He became too much of an elitist after 4 years. During his first year, 2017, he invited truck drivers to the White House. I watched in the Google YouTube, okay? Yeah, he invited truck drivers to the White House. He cared about common Americans. He used to. Let me turn off that tumble dryer. It's too noisy. During his 2016 campaign trail, President Trump, I think he was in Florida, okay? During his campaign trail, there was this one gentleman who woke up all in the morning and to be on at the very front of the long line to see President Trump, I mean Mr. Trump, back in 2016 in campaign trail, campaign speech. He wanted to be very first in line. So he woke up like I guess 3 o'clock a.m. some Saturday and waited for 6 hours to be the very first person. And Mr. Trump learned about him, okay, and then he invited him to the stage to give like 1 minute speech. This huge fan of Mr. Trump, okay, for waiting online for 6 hours, all right. And Secret Service agents they did not recommend that, but President Mr. Trump back then he persuaded his Secret Service agents, yeah, it's okay, yeah, bring him in to the podium, and that gentleman gave a speech, like 1 minute speech. Okay, so back then, President Trump cared about small people, common Americans. That's how he used to be. But after 4 years, he became too much elitist. Right? He changed. Look what happened in January 6th. He invited those people, small people, to Capitol Hill and recommended them to march to Capitol Hill to protest election result. And when that happened, violence happened. And after the fact, he turned his back on them. And some news report says he complained about those MAGA mob, January 6th, pro-Trumpers being having no class. Okay, so that's Mr. Trump today. Okay, he did not pardon any of them who went to jail for it after January 6th. He was very quick to distance himself from his own supporters. I'm a small American, right? So I kind of felt betrayed. Back in 2017, even, okay, yeah, James Comey, FBI director, Mr. James Comey, very tall gentleman, okay. He helped President Mr. Trump getting elected because just before the election, this Arizona FBI director, Mr. James Comey, yeah, he said, yeah, we'll reopen the investigation of Madam Secretary Hillary Clinton's email server, the scandal, okay. And that really greatly helped Mr. President to get elected. But after he got into the office, Mr. Trump fired Mr. Director James Comey, who helped his election. So that was very disappointing to me, okay, and very disloyal. It was a betrayal, okay. President Trump, Mr. Trump, he's like this, Machiavellian, right? Uh, yeah, it is it's a huge it was a huge disappointment. Okay, that's why I don't support him as a politician anymore. I don't. Well, but many Republicans still do. I respect their political freedom. Okay, they can worship, they can support whoever they want, right? But um, sometimes I even think that maybe I should get out of Republican Party, right? I think they are making a big mistake by still supporting Mr. Trump for 2024. Okay, uh, Mr. Trump, in my opinion, polluted Republican Party. I think Mr. Trump is very bad for Republican Party. Okay, so next year I will run for United States Senate seat. Okay, will I run as a Republican or will I run as a independent candidate? Well, of course, it's not that big of a deal because most likely I won't get elected anyway. Okay, but in principle, at, at least to me, it does matter. Okay, but I'm still registered Republican, and even next year or sometime where I register as a candidate for United States Senate from Alaska. Okay, we'll see. Just like a year from now, all right? We'll see how Republican Party goes. Okay, so uh, just I'm kind of nobody can see the future, even humanologists. In humanology, yeah, we are very humble people. Okay, so future is an exclusive domain of God, right? We acknowledge that, we admit that, so we don't make predictions, right? So when it comes to me, will I run for United States Senate in Alaska as a Republican or as an independent? I don't know yet. I will wait for 1 year and see how this Republican Party, what direction it will take. Okay, after 1 year, if they still support Mr. Trump, and Mr. Trump is after 1 year still unrepenting, then I might have to leave Republican Party and run for United States Senate as an independent. That may happen. Okay, yeah, because let's say most Republicans in America 1 year later, if they still support Mr. Trump, and if Mr. Trump has not repented for what he did in January 6th, before and after and during year 2021, okay, then I cannot run for United States Senate seat next year as a Republican, okay. I will have to abandon Republican Party. That can happen. But that's 1 year forward. Anything can happen in between. Right? President Mr. Trump can repent, or maybe he does not repent and Republican Party abandon him. Anything can happen. Okay, so for now, I'll just keep it at that. Okay, yeah, I'm a registered Republican. Okay, but I will declare my candidacy. Well, I already did in some various media outlets, local. Okay, but will I run as a Republican or independent? We have to wait 1 year, okay, and see how it goes. Mr. Trump, Republican Party, right? But if Mr. Trump does not repent in 1 year, and Republican Party still support him as a politician after 1 year, if they still do that, then yeah, I will leave Republican Party and run as independent for United States Senate in Alaska. Okay, because it will be wrong of me to run as a Republican next year when I'm not representing Republicans. Okay. Yeah. I mean, most likely it's not going to make any difference because how many votes will I get from Alaska if I run for United States Senate? Right. Yeah, most likely I'm not going to get elected anyway. But in principle, at least it matters to me. I want to do things right. Right. So if I'm not representing Republicans in Alaska, then I should not run as a Republican because it's not fair for them. Okay. If Republicans in Alaska they still support Mr. Trump for 2024 re-election for to be the next president, and if he still did not repent for what he did in January 6th, then I'm not representing Alaskan Republicans. Okay. I respect their political freedom and they can support worship whoever they want to. Okay. But I will not be representing them because Mr. President Trump, former President Trump, if he's not repenting, if he has not repented, then I don't support him politically anymore. Okay, so if Alaskan Republicans would be still supporting him, then I will not be representing them. So it's my moral, ethical obligation that I leave the party. That can happen next year. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Because I cannot predict the future. Because what he did was not good. January 6th, okay. Before, during, and after, alright. Yeah. I appreciate Republicans in Alaska and any other states. Republicans, yeah, their loyalty to Mr. Trump. I appreciate the loyalty, okay? I do. Yeah. But this post Jan 6, January 6, post Jan 6 pro Trumpism, it's like demonic possession. It's like they are losing their rationality. The bad ideology like LGBTism in Democratic Party all those bad ideology in Republican Party, yeah, post Gen 6, pro Trumpism, okay. Democratic Party, yeah, pro LGBTism or climate change alarmism, whatever. Those are, in my opinion, as a humanologist, those are bad ideologies. Malegin, malemetasm, malevolent, malevolent, metaphysical gym, right? Yeah, metaphysical pathogen. Yeah, in biblical language, it's a demonic, demon, demonic possession, right? That paralyzes rationality. I mean, how can you still support President Trump, Mr. Trump, after what he did in January 6th, before, during, and after? Yeah, so their rationality is paralyzed. It's like blind belief of this one idol, Mr. Trump. That's irrational. Okay, so their rationality is paralyzed. It's like demonic possession. Just like LGBTism in Democratic Party. Okay, I mean it makes no sense. Yeah, man calling another man, "Oh, my husband," and woman calling another woman, "Oh, my wife." And transgender surgery is like genital mutilation. Okay, it is nonsense. Okay, but Democratic Party, some of them, yeah, they're paralyzed. They're devoured, engulfed, and devoured by this bad ideology, LGBTism. That's Democratic Party. Republican Party, yeah, post January 6th, pro Trumpism, their rationality is paralyzed. How can you defend him after that? 7 people died from it, okay? And he abandoned them. He didn't issue any single pardon. He distanced himself from them, his own supporters that he sent to Capitol Hill. After that fact, he said he turned away. He betrayed them. And Republicans, they still support it for 2024. I'm like, I'm not part of that. No. Democratic Party, yeah, LGBT, okay, yeah. Woman, marry woman, man, marry women, man, and then transgender, okay, there's genital mutilation, this plastic surgery, switching gender, okay, that's like paralysis, paralyzing the rationality in Democratic Party side. So Republican Party, yeah, they're crazy. Democratic Party, they're crazy, okay. They're all the same, left and right, okay. You know what? I'm neither of you guys, okay. I'm done with this polarity. You guys are all crazy. Democrats, Republicans, you are both equally crazy people, okay. So I'd rather be independent, okay. That's what I would say. Yeah. In Alaska, most Alaskans are independent, okay, undeclared, unaffiliated, all right. So people come to Alaska to be independent, to get away from it all, right? So Alaska is one of very few states in America where there are more independents than Democrats, Republicans, okay. So yeah, we came to Alaska. I'm just one of them. To be free, to be independent. You take 5 minutes break. I'm sorry about talking. Yeah, don't even get me started on this politics. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay, if I offended you, I apologize. I'm sorry. All right. So, we'll take 5 minutes. All right. I'm a man. Let boys be boys, right? Yeah, I'm naughty. Very naughty. Playful. Okay. So, I'm a jokester. I'm a joker. Okay. So, okay. Okay. Hey, welcome to humanology. Anything goes, alright? So, Republicans, Democrats, yeah, they're both crazy, equally so. Okay. I thought Democrats were crazy because they advocate for LGBT ideology, alright? Then later on, after January 6th, earlier this year, nowadays is what? April, so 3 months ago. Okay. Then I realized, yeah, Republicans, they're crazy too. Oh boy, I thought only Democrats are crazy. Then I realized after January 6th, Republicans, they're crazy too. Okay. Not cases. They're mental cases. Okay. So that's today's America. Cheers. Yeah, good old country song, okay? Very 20 years ago, 10 years ago, I don't know. Yeah. God is good, beer is good, God is great, and people are crazy. What was it? Beer is good, God is great, and people are crazy, something like that. Yeah, this good old country song, over 10 years ago. Okay. I did not like the music video. Okay. Yeah, this handsome Caucasian gentleman. Okay. Kind of young guy, maybe late 20s or. Yeah, but in that music video, God, beer is good, God is great, people are crazy, something like that. Okay. Uh, in that music video, that guy was too hedonistic. There are a bunch of beautiful young ladies in the music video. Okay, so he was too hedonistic. Okay, I appreciate the hiring of those beautiful ladies. Yeah, models. Okay, that's good. Okay, but it's too much hedonistic to my taste. All right, I prefer this guy, this British rocker, this mask, facial mask, very rocker style, rough and tough, right? Da 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 da. Da, 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 da. Beat a symphony, that's life. Yeah, that was very non-hedonistic, very ascetic, and also aesthetic, very disciplined, hard life, single guy walking down the street. I like the music video better than this country singers music video. Okay, he's just partying. Okay, with bunch of ladies. Okay, well, ladies they are beautiful. I appreciate that. Okay, so some joke. Okay, let's say maybe one day I become famous. Yeah, fantasy time, fantasizing time. Okay, if I ever become famous during my lifetime, if I become celebrity, yeah, some people will start to spread some rumors. Hey, I heard he's a closet homosexual. He's a closet homosexual. Then how would I respond to that? We are writing a fiction, we are writing a novel, we are acting in this impromptu, improvised, improvised, improvised acting. Okay, how would I react to that? I would say this. Okay, you know what? I'm not a closet heterosexual. I'm openly heterosexual. I'm a plain vanilla heterosexual. Okay, I admire ladies. I think they are very beautiful, and I'm a man. And but I mean, I'm not complaining. It's just that do I get enough female attention? I mean, females they get my attention all the time. They're very beautiful ladies, but do I get enough female attention? Maybe not as much as I would want to see. And that's the story of 99% of men out there, right? I'm just one of them, okay? I would admire females, they are very beautiful, okay? And, but do I get enough female attention from females? And some kind and generous females every now and then, like once a year, kind and generously appreciate me as a man. I'm very grateful, right? But just like one day out of 365 days a year, all the other days, 364 days, I don't get the kind of attention, the level of attention that I would like from females. All right. And that's a story of 99% of the males out there. I'm just one of them. Okay. So I'm plain vanilla heterosexual male. All right. Yeah, LGBTQI. Yeah, that's too complex. Okay, I'm not that. Okay, I'm a simple man, natural man. Okay, I like being a man, and I admire ladies, females. I'm not a feminist. I'm conservative. All right, mostly. So yeah, scene cut. Okay, so that's what I would say. Yeah. How some dream story? Okay, a couple of nights ago, I had a very interesting dream. Okay, so uh, trying to remember this past week. I woke up early in the morning and I was working for this alpha algebra. Okay, we got it down. Okay, we have axiom set, right? We got the definition and it works. Okay, I tried to contradict it, but so far so good. Okay, I couldn't contradict it. I couldn't break it. Okay, so alpha algebra is, I think, it's a very sound algebra, very sound system. Okay, so we are done with that. Okay, so that's what I've been working on before I went to work when I was waking up early in the morning. But I do remember I had some interesting dreams. What was that? Couple nights ago. Some dream story. Yeah, dream memory is so fleeting, so transient. It's very easy to forget, right? I'm trying to remember. It was very interesting, very detailed, elaborate, and very beautiful. Yeah, yeah. It was in a school, university, cafeteria, right? So in this dream setting that I had a couple of nights ago, okay, I was in a university, kind of 4-year college, right? And then I made my body, right? Maybe he was a body from U.S. Army days, okay. So yeah, in a school campus, okay, we met on the street. Yeah, so we went to cafeteria to have lunch together to share some good old memories back in the U.S. Army days, okay. And as I saw another guy, okay, yeah, I say hello. I try to introduce the two guys who I met in different times and spaces. Okay. But the guy I met on the street, okay, US Army guys, he left. Okay. He did not quite wanted to be introduced to the other friend of mine. Okay. So he left. So yeah, I was talking to the other guy, okay. They I met somewhere else in some different time. I tried to introduce two of my friends, but the other guy left. Okay, maybe he had to go to his class in university. Okay, and the other guy, second guy. Okay, in cafeteria. Yeah, I was talking to him. Okay, so and then he was talking to other guys. Okay, yeah, you guys are busy. Yeah, we are friends. Okay, so yeah, and then what happened next? Yeah, so the second guy that I met in this dream, okay, he was kind of LGBT later on, okay, so he was talking to other guys and become kind of intimate. I was like, yeah, I did not know about that about you. Okay, yeah, so whatever. Okay. So they all left. Okay. So I was left alone in this cafeteria eating my lunch. Something like that. Okay. So sometimes in my dream I'm in special forces, elitist US Army institution, like climbing this rope in this vertical, right? Some special mission, right? Special forces training. In my dream, sometimes I see that. So because dream is very much based on memory, right? Past real experiences. Okay. So anyway, yeah, we'll take 5 minutes break and we'll talk about Mr. Berkeley. Oh, he was a priest in England and he came up with this outrageous idea and I do not like his idea. He said something like things do not exist unless people perceive it. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Berkeley. England. Priest, philosopher back in like 15 or 16 or 1700s. Okay. I disagree with that. Things can exist without anybody perceiving it. But he said presently so. Things cannot exist unless somebody perceive it, right? Yeah, I disagree with him, Mr. Barkley. All right, he was a Catholic, I think, 1500, 15, 16, 1700 in England, Mr. Barkley. Okay, I disagree with him. I think things can exist without anybody perceiving it. But he asked the right question, but I think his answer was wrong. Okay. But I'm very happy and glad he asked this question. Can a thing, an entity exist without without anybody perceiving it, independent of observer? Okay. That's very profound philosophical question, and I give him credit for asking that right question. It's very good philosophical question to ask, and is his great contribution to Western philosophy to just as raising this question. Okay, he's a great thinker. Okay, but I think he got his answer wrong. We correct him. Okay, can a thing exist without anybody perceiving that thing? Is it meaningful? A thing exists maybe in the middle of desert, in the middle of ocean, maybe some biological species. It existed for a while, then it became extinct physically. Nobody saw that one tiny little species. It existed once and it went extinct without any scientists noticing it. But then can you say it ever existed? Does it have any meaning when it's not recorded in history? The existence that nobody else in the world ever noticed of its existence. Does it have any significance practically, philosophically, metaphysically? Maybe this one orchid in Amazonian jungle, beautiful flower, orchid, wild orchid, right? It did exist physically maybe for a couple of months, but nobody saw it. And it died, but it did exist. It's a very philosophical question, right? We'll talk about that, okay? Well, I disagree with Mr. Barkley, England, okay? Yeah, things can exist without anybody perceiving it, okay? I think he was being kind of naughty, philosophically naughty, playboy, okay? Yeah. I disagree with Mr. Barkley, but I appreciate him asking right question. Very philosophically profound. So he's famous figure in philosophy. Yeah. I think he can be called as a father of English empiricism. It's about experience, okay? Yeah, things, yeah, it may exist, but you cannot quite say practically if nobody saw it, it was born and lived for a while, maybe a couple of days, then it died and nobody saw it. Then it's as good as non-existence. Okay, yeah, so yeah, I can understand his point of view. Okay, Mr. Barkley, he was a priest, Catholicist, also philosopher. Okay, yeah, I can understand his point of view, but I do not agree with him. Okay. I object. We take 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh. All right. Yeah, I made a decision and I executed that decision. Okay, I'm no longer a Republican, all right? So, yeah, I'm sorry about long break, but in my cell phone, okay, I changed my party affiliation. I'm not anymore Republican. Right? I changed my party affiliation online in my cell phone as undeclared, okay, independent, unaffiliated, right? Because yeah, I cannot represent Republicans. Yeah, there's this interesting acronym, Rhino, Republican in name only. Okay. I don't want to be that. Okay, so I want to be truthful, honest, right? So I changed my party affiliation. I'm no longer a registered Republican. Okay. Online in my cell phone, I changed it. Okay. I'm undeclared now, independent. Okay. So patience is not one of my virtues. Impatience is my vice. And I do not like waiting. Right. So yeah, next year I will run for Alaska United States Senate as an independent. I will not have any party affiliation. Yeah. Because I don't represent Alaskan Republicans. Okay. So it's important to me personally. I want to be morally, ethically correct. All right. So yeah, I'm no longer Republican. I'm not. All right. I'm not Democrat either. Halfway in the middle. Right. So personally, it's very important to me. Okay. That I'm being honest about myself. Right. So now I'm truly independent. Okay. Yeah, Republican Party. I have many good friends there. Okay, but we have some differences, right? About abortion, about Mr. Trump. Okay, so I think it would be very wrong of me to run for United States Senate next year. The because I don't represent Alaskan Republicans, not anymore. Right, so they're cool. They're cool people. Right, I have many friends there. Alaska Republican Party. Okay, but yeah. But I don't anymore represent them. Okay, we are too much differing in opinions about President Trump, Mr. Trump, about abortion and some other things. So yeah, I am not Alaskan Republican Party's representative. I don't represent them. Okay, I represent something else. Right? What is it? It's not Democratic Party. It's not Republican Party. It's something brand new. Okay, humanology. So will I try to come up with this humanology party? I don't think so. Okay. Yeah. I don't want to waste any other people's time or their money. Okay. So yeah, truly Alaskan, truly American independence. Right. That's what I represent. Right. Okay. All right. So I'm no longer Republican. I'm not Democrat either. I'm independent, undeclared. All right. So I'm on my own. Is that American rock band song? Okay, it was like White Snake or something, right? Here I go again on my own. Hey, oh, hey, hey, hey. Here I am on my own down the street. Yeah, that's American spirit, in my opinion. Yeah, so, yeah. And it's a great relief. Okay, I'm not no longer bounded by this party agenda. No, I want to have my own opinions. I want to be truly Alaskan American. Independence, right? That's the spirit of America. That's why I came to America. I was born in America, grew up in South Korea about 2 decades. I came back to America because I admire that independence spirit, freedom, liberty. Okay. And if you have party affiliation like Democratic Party, Republican Party, you don't have freedom. Okay. You are kind of restricting your freedom. Okay. I cannot do that. I'm a free bird, right? I don't want to be a bird on, you know, golden cage, so to speak. Okay. So I became too big. Okay. So yeah, Republican Party, Democratic Party, whatever party out there, they cannot house me. I'm too big. I grew out of it. I appreciate them, Republican Party, Democratic Party. They're my parental figures, but I grew up. So I go outside of the parental house. Right? Like good old Bible, right? Adam and Eve. Okay, yeah, good old Bible, Book of Genesis, Old Testament. Okay. A man grows up and leave his parents' house. Okay, yeah. Republican Party, Democrat Party, they're great. Okay, they're my parental figures, but I outgrow them. Okay, so they cannot house me because I'm bigger than those parties. Okay, I have my own ideas. All right, so I go it alone. Okay, I grew out of them. Okay, but we respect our parents, honor our parents, Democrat Party, Republican Party. Okay, we appreciate them. It was the right time to go independent. Okay, because I grew out of it. Yeah, it was about time. Yeah. Okay, I have to save my voice because I gotta practice this song. Stevie Wonder. I just called to say I love you. Okay. 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 Yeah, my dinner is getting ready. Okay. Yeah. So plenty of vegetables there. Okay. So all right. Happy Friday. Good night. Bye. Have a nice weekend. Be safe. I love you. Thank you for loving me. Bye.